So let's talk about an idea that we came up with when we were sitting in our office one day and reading some comments on Luster about community and how people, one of the things that they missed about working was this community of people working together in a common purpose, which led us to thinking about the old Peace Corps and how that brand that you were doing something together for the benefit of the country was such a motivating concept, and that it was all done with an executive order from Kennedy that was, we looked it up, was 2 sentences long. I mean, he just had an idea and he said figure it out, and Shriver figured it out. And we said, why can't, there's so many problems in this country. Education is a problem. Why can't we have a domestic Peace Corps, not like America's Service Corps, where everybody goes out on their own and does something different? People come together under one umbrella and fix something, right?
And so we sat and we thought about that. What would the outlines of that be? Neither one of us is terribly good at details, but we could figure out the outlines. We did focus on education as a problem to be solved. And we came to realize that there were an awful lot of people out there who could bring value to education. Obviously, teachers, but also
Electricians,
mechanics and electricians and
computer
sports
people.
people and computer people and all kinds of people. And if you could hook them up somehow with a local school or some other thing, and the school could figure out what they needed, and people could work for free or for a small sum. It depended, what the federal government, and we thought it should be federal just because that would be the biggest reach. And it would be a patriotic undertaking that would make everybody happy and would achieve results, we thought. And so we called it,
America's Future Corps.
and we wrote a description of it, and we put it up in Luster. And then we said to ourselves, well, the obvious next step is to go to Washington and explain to Congress that they should get this thing underway. So we did it.
Yeah, we did. We talked to a member of Congress
We
to
did.
explain, and he was intrigued. But of course, like everything else in Congress, that's where it goes to die. But we figured out the technology exists to do a matching between schools that have needs and people that have skills. I mean, everything infrastructure wise exists to be able to do that.
Right. I
So
mean,
why
dating
don't
services, it's the same thing
Yeah,
as,
and then some people got interested and said, well, what about the teachers unions? Will they be upset? And we explained that how we thought about that and why they shouldn't be upset. And we thought maybe we could work with them and they would see us as additive, not threatening. But I still think it's a good idea.
and
I think it's really a good idea.
we talked to some people in the education field, including people with union connections, to talk to them about it, and they were interested too. And we talked to other people in Congress, and everybody thought it was just a fabulous idea, and that was that. Nobody could figure out how to take it forward.
Yeah.
But we still think it's a great idea, and we still think it would be a great thing
Yeah,
to.
to meet people with a common purpose, whether it's painting a school. I mean, if you go to New York City schools, there's a lot of paint that is necessary, or computer labs, or I mean, we could figure this out. It's just a problem to be solved. So why don't we solve it?
So we keep writing about it, and we do get inquiries, and we're hoping that some of the people who made inquiry actually did contact their local school district and said, "Can I help?" So that was a brilliant idea on our part.
If we don't say so ourselves.
Yes.